Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. This is T-Bone here, logging in with another live stream on the 1st of August 2023. I'm sorry about last Sunday, unfortunately I wasn't very well. So that stream is now being rescheduled. And yes, it is an earlier time. It's just gone 7:30 in the UK. So this will be the time that I'll actually start from now on. It's been a cloudy, quite a chilly day actually, considering that we're in August now and it's supposed to be the height of summer. But hey ho, you know, this is what happens when you have an El Nino event, which then shifts the jet stream south. Great, you know, that's exactly what you need. Tonight we are carrying on with Derail Valley Simulator. As you well aware, last week we managed to crash the train. So let's see what sort of adventures or misadventures we can get up to this week. So let's fade the intro music out, bring the game sound in, and let's get on with it. Okay, so here we are in Derail Valley, and now I have made I've actually corrected one of the mistakes that I had as well, which was putting two shunters in essence kind of back to back to one another, which is a great idea. Let me just readjust my chair. Just give me one moment. Meanwhile, I've been playing around with Stream Elements and getting that set up. And yeah, I think I've pretty much done it. So I have alerts on the stream now if I get subscribers and things like that. I am trying to change the bot name to the winning suggestion, which is from Cuba, which is Beanbot. But for the life of me, I can't figure it out. I cannot figure it out. So my character has slept. Yeah, it has slept. So this is that the in-game time is 2 o'clock in the morning, and we are at Harbour and Town, which is where we left it. So what I have done in the meantime is I have actually taken the shunters, I've turned one round, and so they're actually facing in the same direction. And also, I did actually sort the jobs out, but it looks like now loading the game, it decided to put them all back on the table as an absolute mess. Okay, so let's go through this. So, right, so we can't do that one. Let's see. We can't do that one. All right, let's get rid of the ones we can't do. That needs a long 2 and a hazmat. No. No, can't do that either. Actually, look at the weight of that. There's no way we could do that. Hang on. Can you get in the bin, please? Thank you. Right. What's next? That's a hazmat. There's no way. We're not at that level yet. That's a long 2. So one of the rules I do have when it comes to this game is I am not jumping from one place to the other. So I'm not going to do that because that's Machine Factory in Town. We're in Harbour and Town, albeit spelt the American way. Let's see. That's Hazmat 1. No. Right. That's okay. That's a logistics hall, which we could do. No, can't do that. That needs a Hazmat 3. Now, you may wonder why I've actually called this episode Shunting Hell, which is a bit of a play on words. Well, the reason is that we are hopefully going to do a lot of shunting tonight, because that's something I haven't done in this game yet for various reasons, mainly because I haven't had the correct licenses. So that's always been a bit of a problem. Okay, let me just get rid of that and that. Okay, and also... Oh, no. Hang on, sorry. Technical things. Just give me... Will you go away? It's all right. I'm dealing with something on another screen. Okay, you go away. Now, you come over here. There we go. Thank you. Right. And you go over there. Thank you. Right. Let's carry on. Okay, so that's a shunting job we could do. So let's put that back on the table. We can't do that because that's a hazmat. Right, what else we got? That's the logistical hall, which we could do. So I'm going to put that on the list up there. Shunting hazmat 2, no. I should have done this pre-stream, I suppose. Right, note to self, T-Bone, do this before the stream. Okay. Right. Yeah, I could do that, another freight haul, but I've done, you know, I've done 2 freight hauls so far. No, I've done 3 actually. Right. That's Harbour and Town to Food Factory in Town. At least that's somewhere else. Right. That's steel mill. Can't do that because we're at the harbour. 464. Ooh. And that's a shunting job as well. 464 tons. Okay. Right, what do we got? That's a hazmat. No. We could freight that one because we do have the licenses for it. So tonight is really all about, for me, doing as much shunting as I can to build up some money. That's at the steel mill, so we're not doing that. No. For me, fast travel is outlawed. Okay, so this is at Harbour and Town. Yep. This is at Food Factory in Town. So we're not going to do that. Miss the bin. That's at Food Factory in Town. Okay. Right, so I have 2 shunting jobs. I have Harbour and Town. I've got two shunting jobs at Harbour and Town. I've got one that pays 7,300 and another one that pays 6,000. Well, practically 6,350. That's fine. Right, so I'm going to take that one. And I'm going to take that one. Right. Okay. Do we have any fees outstanding? No, that's great. Okay, so let's see. Oh, also I've managed to find a shop. So we now have a lantern, a flashlight, a lighter. We've got a compass. We have a pocket watch. Now you may wonder why do I need a pocket watch considering I've got a watch on my wrist? I mean, you know, tonight I've actually got a chronograph on my wrist for a very good reason. The reason I need this, I need this watch I need a pocket watch is because after last week when I crashed, and then I had to refresh it from another save, so that's why I'm using that. So it will keep track of time in the game. Also, I've got a shovel when we get into Steam, so I've got all of these things. I might need to rearrange them on the bar, but anyway, let's start with this job. So this is 146 tons, and load and prepare a train with Sperex chemicals, Rome tooling, and Novi ship equipment. Sounds interesting. Okay, let's accept the job. Right, I have 105 minutes. I think I'm going to do it in 105 minutes. So I've just put it in. I'm actually starting my own watch for this because I don't think I'm going to crash. Not shunting. Anyway, where is it? So that's the first question. 3 pickups. So we've got to get to D1S first. Okay, right. So outside of the station, you can see I have conveniently left 2 shunters. Almost directly outside of the station, and I've hooked them up correctly. Okay. Now, let me just have a quick look at the map. Some light will help. BC Where's the station house? Apparently right next to D. Is this on the correct track? This might be on the correct track for D, you know. In fact, if I get the Hoofer Doofer, if I change this, I think this will head to D. At least, I think so. Alright, let's put that away. And I don't think I need more than one shunter for this, but you never know. I might need it for other jobs. Okay, so we're going to... That sounds like rain. Okay. Good stuff. Right. Okay, so let's turn the lights on. Yeah, it started to rain. Oh, that's making noise now. I'm hearing noise. Okay, I'm just going to turn things on in this cab, but I'm not going to start the engine. Is this to do with the brake pipe? Now, actually, can I use the torch? Yep. Okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine. That's connected. Okay. Thank you. Is there a sander on? Yes. Okay, we don't need that. Okay, so let's get this fired up. Handbrake off. Alright, take that down a bit in the mix. There we go. Okay, good. Now, lights rear at this point I actually want as headlights, lights forward. Yeah, that's correct. So it's very early in the morning at the moment. Okay, brakes are off. That's correct. Okay, so we need to go into reverse. Now then. A little bit of throttle, please. Hold on. That suggests the brakes are on the other shunter. Just give me a minute. Yes, they are. Okay, good. So why am I dragging the other shunt around? Well, just in case we get a heavier job. At the moment, this one should be relatively light, he says. Now, I'm hoping... Are we coming into D? Well, soon find out. Although, why am I not... No, I want to be in... No, I want to be in... Why? What? Oh, goodness me. No, I don't want to be on the roof. I want to actually be in the cab. Thank you. Right. Let's have a look, shall we? See if this is D. Hopefully it is. I'm still getting used to where everything is in the yard. It's one of the reasons why I've decided to do a bit of shunting as well. It will at least give me the layout and the geography of it. I did have a good wander around the other day. Okay, so where are we? We are... D30. Oh. Okay, hang on. Okay, so a D30, D1S is there. Okay. Right. So we need CBX 304. Right. And it's the green one. So the first job that we've got, if I look at this, we don't want 430. We want 430. Where are you? Hang on. No, 304. It's on this end. Okay. So, best thing to do would be to grab it from this end then, it seems. Yeah. Seems so. Because otherwise, I'd have to shunt everything else out of the way. Okay, so F to enter. Now then, I think I'm gonna with this job actually. Let me use the fuel cutoff. I think what I'm going to do is leave this shunter here for now, and actually disconnect and just use one, as the job's fairly light. Okay, yeah, just twiddle that, put that here. Okay, because we just need the one shunter for this. I think that might make it a little easier. Although, why am I going in this one? I need to go in this one. Alright, F to enter this. There we are. Okay. Let's turn this one on now. Okay. Into forward. Brakes are off. Right, let's go. So we need to take the bypass track first. In order to do this. Okay, let's do that. Okay, apply the independent brake. Good stuff. Okay, hoofer doofer, please. No, not you. Comms radio. I'm looking for a clear track if I can get it. Don't tell me everything... Is everything congested? Let me just have a look. I think it might be. Okay, just do a little bit of this business. I don't like it a huge amount, but is there a clear track at all? No. Doesn't look like it. No, there isn't. So it looks like what I'm going to have to do is shift this lot out of the way to get this lonely car here. 304. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to make sure the coupling's broken here. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's perfect then. It's almost as if the game knew that's what we needed to do. Right. Okay, so we need to switch the points over to do that. Goodo. I've probably caught people out because it's a new start time. I might have somebody roll up and go, "Oh, you've already started?" Yes. It's just the way my sleep pattern's been going recently. Yes, I am suffering from chronic fatigue, but the weird thing is I wake up at 6 in the morning. Every morning. Don't ask. I haven't got a clue either. It just so happens that's what happens. And I still feel tired. And I feel tired for most of the day. You know, has to be said. Okay, let's give this a put this into reverse. Independent brake off. As you can see, I'm getting better with the controls slowly. Now, what do I need? Okay, I need to go... Is it all the way to the left? I think it's all the way to the left, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. U. Let me just check. I think it's D1S. Yeah, D1S. Okay. Right, let's back it. Let's get this going. Watch my speed. Don't want to be too quick. In the meantime, I hope everyone's had a good week since I last streamed. Apart from battling fatigue, it's been okay. Although I've had some tragic news within the music community. There's a fellow trombonist that I know that set up a band that I've played in, that I've actually played in at one point as a member, and unfortunately he's passed away. Cancer. So it means I'll be going to a funeral this week, and also next week, because a friend of mine, her mother's just died. So yeah, that's gonna be quite tough. So, and then there's another trombonist that I know that's also died recently. So potentially I'm gonna have 3 funerals to go to, but it all depends on whether mentally I can actually deal with it. Plus I've got a hospital appointment this week as well, which is routine, which is to do with my kidney. So it's a lot of stuff, and I don't know whether I can deal with it all, to be honest with you, particularly the way my mental health is. Because there are times when I make arrangements and I end up cancelling at the last minute because my anxiety gets to me. I can't face it. It's one of those things. It's one of the reasons why I'm in the situation I'm in at the moment. Okay. But it's also the reason why I'm doing this. For you guys. So, in some ways, you know, it's a nice trade-off. Now then, into forwards. Let's go. So we're just going to drag this out. I've got to drag all of this out. Oh, hang on. There's a handbrake somewhere. There it is. Okay. Yeah, needs to be left off. So it is the principle of righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Now, let's carry on. Okay, let's drag this out of the way. And then I'm going to have to find somewhere to put it. And this is the fun of shunting jobs. So we're about 15 minutes in at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to have to wait for the back of the train to pass, and it's very difficult to judge at this angle. I think that's done it. Okay, right. So train brake, frame brake. That should be enough. Right, now I'm going to have to figure out where to put all this. This is another reason why I've wound time. Now it's, you know, it's nice and early morning. Hello, Cuba. Good to see you. Although you've gone to Cuba too. What's going on? Did you lose your original count? I probably caught you out because I started earlier. Looks like we've got to shunt some stuff out. Blimey, there's a lot in there. Oh, right. How are we going to get rid of this? Maybe on the offloading section. Oh my word. Okay, well this is a bit of a puzzle. Mind you, I like puzzles. Hold on. Ah. What? Why didn't this one pick up? Okay, that's a little weird. Right. Let's get the other shunter. I have an idea. Let's get the other shunter. Right. Okay, let's start you up. So you've caught me shunting at the moment, hence the title of tonight's stream. It's good to see you. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, so independent off. Into forward. Off we go. Okay, so my aim here... Oh, okay. On holiday. Wow. And you've decided to tune in. I feel privileged. Shouldn't you be down at the beach or something? So where are you on holiday, Cuba? Okay. Now then. Boom, boom, boom. Might take him a while because he did say the internet, as the Colonel would say, the internet is bobbins. Right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up to these two. $10 PM. So, okay, that puts you in Eastern Europe. Wow. Okay, so you're going to be going to bed soon, I'd imagine. Well, as you gather, I wasn't very well on Sunday, which is why the stream for Satisfactory didn't go according to plan. Although I'm setting up a new streaming schedule now. So my streaming schedule now starts 7:30 UK time, and it's on a Tuesday and a Friday, because I thought that was a better balance overall. Okay, there we are. That'll do nicely. Oh yes, you asked me if there's the time in an Eastern European time zone. Oh, good grief! I'm trying to remember. Was it Bulgaria or something like that? Ah, now yes, I swear on Sunday it said Beambot. Right? Yeah, I can explain that. So, I've managed to set up an account on YouTube, and I've made it a subscriber. and I've given it moderator privileges, and it does have the name of Beanbot because I've gone with it as a moderator. However, trying to work out how to make stream elements, the bot for stream elements, an actual that particular name, I've been trying to do it, and I've gone through tutorials and I've gone through guides. Bulgaria, cool. See, I do remember certain things. I've gone through various tutorials and I've gone through various guides, and can I do it? No, I have no idea at this point, but I will get it done. So yes, the moderator, the automated moderator will be Beanbot. So congratulations, you're the winning entry. Have a cookie or have a drink on me, as long as you don't spill it all over me, that is. Now, okay, let's have a look. So we need to do what? So I'm still getting used to keys here. No, not train brake. That can be released. Let's do this. I was looking for the reverser, but never mind. Okay, let's bring the throttle up. I've got a brake on somewhere. Ah, that would explain it. Yeah. Yeah, I'd imagine it would be. I'd imagine the weather's probably up into the late 20s or even 30s. A meme book called A Guide to Life from a Bean. Sounds awesome. I'm almost surprised you didn't refer to, what is it, Mr. Bean? Oh, we've only connected to this one, okay. Right. Right, brakes on. Never mind. Let's get the hoofer doofer out. Okay, so I can reverse this in now. So my mission, should I chosen to accept this, was to extract this one wagon, which was just buried. And the thing is, I couldn't even go around it because all the other sidings are full. So I'm having fun with this. To say the least. Wow. Okay. What the? Huh? Okay, what's going on here? Hang on. Train brake. That was a weird bounce back. Okay, let's try and nudge it again. It's almost as if it went into the points and then went, nope. Ah, I'm going back in the same place. Hang on. I don't want to do that. What I do want to do is... Okay. What happened to the second loco? Well, I've detached the second loco for the time being, because this is quite a light job. It is here. It's here in one of the sidings. Well, no, it isn't in here. It's actually ahead. So I'm sort of shuffling between two locos to do this job at the moment. Okay, so doofer doofer. No, don't want you. Alright, I want to shuffle you into here. Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's put you away. Independent off. Right. Just a touch of throttle. So yeah, the other loco is actually attached to more wagons. But what I'm having to do is shunt them out of the way to get at one wagon. And I've come up with a cunning plan. So cunning you could put a tail on it and call it a weasel. Whoa. That was a little harsh, but never mind. I don't know why, because the graphics are definitely on max. It might be might be something to do with the bit rate that you're actually receiving at your end, because certainly not dropping any frames. Okay. Right, so let's deal with the taps. Let's deal with you. Okay, that's good. Right, sever that. Okay. Let's crawl under. Let's put a handbrake on. I know it's level, but you never know. Okay, so having done that, okay. So, what else has been set up on the stream? So I've actually done a little bit of work with Stream Elements. It means I'll actually get alerts for like new subscribers and things like that, so that'll be fun. Also, I have set up 8-ball. What's 8-ball, T-Bone? Well, it's very simple. If you put exclamation mark 8-ball and then with a question, the Stream Element bot will give you an answer. So yeah, by all means, give it a try. Well, it's the way it's done. It is definitely the way it's done. I mean, how else would you do it? Have I got train brake on or something? Feels like it. That's train brake. Release, full release. There we are. That's better. Okay. Let's get this. Let me get this other one. Now this is the one we want. We really, really want. Okay, so I can go independent. Stop. Okay, now, again, switch that one. There we go. Okay, reverse. Hopefully smooth sailing now. He says. With the utmost of confidence. Ooh, ship stories. Let's see. Trying to think which ones I've told you and which ones I haven't. Because I have told you quite a few. Trying to think. Oh yeah, I think I've got one. Kind of ship related. I am just sneaking up on this. I will tell you in a sec. Alright, bit more throttle. There we are. Perfect. Okay, let me just connect this one up and then I'll start. Oh, yeah. 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 That, yeah. Okay. So, I remember this is actually, because I worked on the QE2. That was my first taste of going out on cruise lines, which was, oh man, that was like stepping back in time. It really was. And I had a ballroom and all that kind of stuff, and various stairs that wouldn't go to certain decks because of the class system that was on board. That was to do with the ship. Anyway, the longest I actually served on a cruise line, did one contract, was 9 months, and it was on the Horizon. So I boarded the Horizon, and my cabin mate was a lovely chap called Ricky, and he was the sax player. So yeah, we got on really well, because that's one of the things about sharing a space like that. You've got to make sure. Oh, hang on, I haven't taken the handbrake off. I knew there was something. You gotta, if you don't get on with your cabin mate, it can be miserable, and then it's a case of potentially changing your cabin mate and all that kind of stuff. And I've had a couple of cabin mates which were not ideal, and we ended up sort of changing things around. But Ricky got on with him lovely. So anyway, one of the things that used to happen on ships was when you got paid, you would buy something, but you'd buy something to keep you entertained. So for example, I bought a PlayStation 2, right? And what you tended to do is you bought this PlayStation 2, and then towards the end of your run, what would happen is you would sell it. Oh, basically, you'd sell it. You'd put an advert up, you'd sell it to someone else who was staying on board, and that's how it worked. And at one point, I managed to get like a television with a video combo on it, and all this kind of stuff. But the one thing that was weird about the ships was, now I bought a console in America. Now the American standard for basically for output is called NTSC, which the British and the Europeans would nickname Never Twice the Same Colour, which, for all intents and purposes, as far as I know, has a slightly lower resolution but a higher frame rate. So that's one of the difference. Where the standard in this country is PAL, which the Americans nicknamed Picture Always Lousy. Anyway, my point is that the televisions on board ship were PAL, and my games console, the PS2, was NTSC. So that meant that when I was playing PlayStation, it was in black and white. So, okay, that's not much of a problem, you might think. And you would be absolutely right. We merrily played in black and white. Now, one of the games I played was Gran Turismo 3. I think this dates it. So, I was playing Gran Turismo 3, and there was a little Toyota Vitz that you could buy in the game, and it was basically like a Toyota Yaris. And you could soup it up, and you could get it over sort of like, I think you get it over sort of 250 horsepower or something like that. And there would be points where I'd have fantastic races in this Vitz. There'd be points where my cabin mate would pull out something like a Mitsubishi Evo, and I'd manage to win in this little Vitz. It was great fun. So we're doing all this, and it's great. The only thing is that I think, well, it'd be nice to see it in colour. Now, you can get something called a PAL converter. So what it does is it takes an NTSC signal and it changes it to PAL. So I got one. I went into a port, I got one from, an electronics store and everything else, hooked it up to the television, booted up Gran Turismo 3, looked at my little Vitz, and then went, oh, it's pink. You're mean to tell me my little Vitz, my little car, my little baby is pink, and I just went nuts, and my cat Ricky just found it hilarious. So, you know, I was having races around with this little pink Vitz, and it was like bubblegum pink. It was like, oh, for Pete's sake. And I couldn't change the colour. It's like, damn. It's like kind of ship related, but I thought it was quite amusing. Right, what am I doing with this? Come on, T-Bone, you must have a plan. I do have a plan. What's the plan then? You haven't told anybody else. Have you really? Yes, I do have space. Right. Okay. So there you go. That's your little ship story for the week. Or for this stream. Now then. Hope you like that one. So, kind of ship related, but kind of not. Okay, let's get it going. It's the only thing with these sort of box cars, I can't see a thing. Makes them difficult to shunt. Oh, well over 30 minutes now. Okay. This game was originally designed to be played in VR. It's just that... what are my experiences in VR? Okay, so... A long time ago, I had a Samsung Galaxy. And I had the VR headset that goes with the Samsung Galaxy, and you know, I played around with it, and it was okay. I remember there was a game where you actually played a tank commander and you're on the top basically. So you're a tank commander of a Sherman during World War II, and you'd have these missions and everything else, and you could look out on the tank and you could order your gunner and to fire at targets and all this kind of stuff. And it was okay, but I tell you something, it did make me feel sick. Oh my word! And yet weirdly, if I had an experience where I was in the passenger seat of like a fast Audi or Porsche or whatever, and it was going around a circuit, fine. Roller coaster, no problem. But that game, I don't know if it's because of the speed of it, but no. Movies are interesting because it made you feel like you were watching a big screen. But the thing about VR is, I mean, one, I would look, you know, can you imagine how it'd look on a live stream, having this great big sort of set of VR, VR headset. But the other thing is, to actually get a decent VR headset in the kind of the graphical resolution that means that you don't get the screen door effect. Now, you don't know what that is. What it is that you actually see the pixels. You see individual pixels, and that's one thing you noticed on the Samsung. Also, if the screen wasn't perfectly clean, you could see that, like finger marks and that kind of stuff. So yeah, that was a problem. But you know, a good headset for a PC, you know, like sort of almost kind of not quite top of the line, but still, you know, pretty good. You're looking over £1,000. I think there was one when I looked at and I thought, oh, that sounds really good. 1,300 quid. £1,300. I'm thinking you could buy a fairly high-end graphics card for 1,300 quid. You know, so for the money, at the moment, no. For me, I would prefer to have this sort of triple monitor setup, which was originally intended for me to play games in sort of surround. So if I was playing like flight simulators and things like this, I mean, this game would be ideal. But the thing is, when you're streaming it, you actually need the screens for other things. You genuinely do. So for me, you know, in order to look at chat and look at other things and also monitor the Monster OBS and so on, that's what you need the additional screens for. Okay, so independent brake. Okay, so let me just jump over here. Okay, so the plan is I am going to reverse this into... Yeah, is that set? Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, oh, only that much. Although, the weird thing is with the Apple Vision Pro, if you've seen the ads for it, and look at you know, all the presentations and everything else, you know, it project, you know, you get this vision of your eyes when you're looking at someone. It actually, it's the camera, it's the inside camera looking at your eyes and then projecting an image on the outside of your eyes. So it's kind of like virtual. It's weird. But yeah, the thing is, I'm not an Apple person. I've never bought anything Apple because one of the biggest problems I have with Apple, it's all proprietary. So it means that, you know, once you get into the sort of the whole Apple thing, then you're stuck with it. Where at least with Android, it's open. You know, it's a little bit more open. So I've gone for more kind of Google stuff. To be fair. Hold on. Where's that? Hold on. What the What the fudge am I doing here? Just a minute. Right, I'm lost. Okay, hang on. Okay, so that's 304. Well, phones are rechargeable. What are you talking about? Okay. So once again, welcome to the T-Bone and Cooper show. Wouldn't be rechargeable? Well, how's that going to work? Are you talking about like a disposable phone? I mean, for goodness sakes, I remember a time in my life where there was such thing as disposable cameras. I swear I'm going to derail this thing. I'm going into these wagons a little bit hard. Right. Okay, so now that we've got the right wagon, what I can do now is I can actually use that clear track in order to get rid of all of the excess stuff. So, hoofer doofer, please. Right, there we are. Which means I'm going to go back up the line. Don't really like teleporting or jumping too much, to be fair. Okay, here we are. Here's the other loco. You asked the question. Here it is. Okay, reverser, please. Okay, train brake. That's there. Okay. Throttle. Getting a few spots of rain on the window, but not too bad. Meanwhile, if you're wondering why I'm starting earlier, it's mainly so I can finish at 11:30. Because I was finding midnight was a bit late, to be fair, particularly when you do all of the post-production stuff. Okay, coming in nicely. Right, so on with the train brake. Not too much. Bit more. There we are. Perfect. Okay. Right. Into neutral. Which is here. And thank you very much. You've done your work. Right. So, there we are. Okay, at which point I can decouple this, and I could probably put a handbrake on this as well. Okay, right on. Yeah, I figured out the handbrake now. It's right on, left off. So it literally is lefty loosey, righty tighty. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, I'll do that. Right, so let's go to the other loco now. So run up there. So we need to couple 304, I believe, if I have a look at the job. Yeah, this is 304. Okay, let's get this done. Dearly beloved, we're gathered here to join this loco and this wagon in holy wedded coupling. Do you, loco, take this wagon to be your lawful wedded train? I'm sorry. Oh dear. I quite like that. I know it's silly, but I do. Right. Okay, what's next? Yeah, I don't know how the phone wouldn't be rechargeable. Not sure how that's going to work. Anyway, D1S. So we got 304. What next? Okay, so we need to pick the next one up from G2S. Right. This is a mission and a half. Good grief. This is 3 wagons scattered all over the place. Okay, let's go forward. Alright, bit of throttle. Hold on, there's a handbrake on it. What? I thought it connected. Damn it. What the hell's going on here? Hold on. It's a disaster already. That's because the air's escaping under the brake hose. Okay, this is dangerous as all hell. And all of a sudden, bang! Okay. I thought the handbrake was off. Yeah, it is. Look, oh, that's off. Okay, hang on. Somehow I didn't couple this right. Okay, U to U. Oh, did it not spin the thing? Ah, okay. What a mistake at the mecha. Right. Okay, you're on. There we go. That's pressurizing now. Okay, come with me. Alright, there we go. Okay, let's sit down now. Alright, Let's see. Lights front would be here, and lights rear would be here. Yep, perfect. Okay, right. So train brakes. Train brakes are released. That's fine. Well, I hope you're enjoying your holiday in Bulgaria. I'm sure the weather's way better than it is here. Although I would imagine, has anybody? I don't know whether anyone's talking about climate change or anything like that. Oh, don't get me started. It's all I'll say. Good grief. Anything we could do with it being a bit warmer at the moment, certainly in the UK. Oh my word. I can't believe it, I'm in August and I'm putting the heating on. What's going on? Seriously. Okay, so we need to leave D and then find G. Station map, please. Okay, so it's the next. So I'm going to pass a set of points, and then we need to go. We need to probably reverse into G. Okay, that's relatively straightforward. Yeah, not T this time, but I did spot the autosave. Cheers. It's probably these points just coming up ahead, coming up ahead here. So nice slow start at the moment. Yeah, but I know why the weather is broken, and it's not something that's being talked about a lot on the mainstream media. And it's something called it's a weather phenomena called El Nino. So with El Nino, it occurs in the Pacific, off the coast of South America. Right? So what happens is there's normally a flow of water in the Pacific that introduces a current, which means that you get cold water. But you get a flow of water, say, in this direction. So you imagine if that's the east coast, if that's the west coast of South America, it goes in that direction. And it brings in cold air, cold water. Well, what it does is it means you get trade winds, which basically would send a ship westerly, if they were like sailing ships. But it also means plentiful fishing as well. But on an El Nino, what happens is it goes the other way. So you end up with a build-up of hot water, warm water, and because of that, it basically sends the rest of the world weather completely nuts. Which is why we're getting this unseasonal weather at the moment in the UK, and why, I mean, Europe's always quite hot this time of year, but it might explain why it's even hotter. And it's also affected the jet stream. So the jet stream's further south, because normally it would be north of the UK, which would then feed in a lot of high pressure systems, but also it was feeding a lot more warm air from Europe. So the more you know. So there you go. And an El Nino event lasts anything between 6 to 12 months, and it can happen the frequencies between every 2 to 7 years, but it's very unpredictable. Oh, hello. I thought I saw something fizzing there. What on earth's going on? Right, okay, so we're coming into G. That's good. Alright, brakes off. Into reverse. Off we go. Okay, so where do we need to go in G? Well, we need to go to G2S.